Hi, my name is Coach Edward from Sharks Aquatics. Today we're going to do the progressive stages of diving. Okay, so a push and glide is actually quite easy, and if you do your push and glide, this is very important. It's the foundation phase of learning how to dive, and that's easy to ask Skylar to help me with this exercise. Have a look at this. So you keep your arms straight, elbows locked, chin down. Put your hands on the surface of the water, and you can give your push and glide. 1, 2, 3, eyes on the water, push and glide, and catch, and we can go back. And that is a push and glide. On marks, get set, go. Step number 2 is we need to do a kneel dive from the step. So let's see how this one goes. Skylar, please stand on the step. Hook your left foot over the side, your toes over the side, and stand on your knee on the step. On your knee. On your knee. And push and glide position. You get to do exactly the same line. All we do now is we're just lifting the student a little bit higher. Just using a higher feeling, elevated feeling. Arm straight, chin down, and this is important. Make sure that the student rolls over her knee. That is very important. A lot of kids, they will take their legs out the way and fall flat like a frog. Not a frog. You have to roll over the knee. Okay? Arms straight. Keep your chin down. 1, 2, 3. And that's a dive. Alright. Okay, let's go back.
Hello.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now we are ready for step number 3. We have to learn how to dive from outside the pool. There's a couple of safety measurements and things that we have to work on. So it works like this. Skylar, please stand up. Now I know that Skylar is right-handed, and because Skylar is right-handed, she has to put her left or her right foot in the back, because this will be her stronger leg. Her left foot will be in front, and what is very, very, very important is you have to hook your toes over the side. If you don't hook your toes over the side, you're going to slip backwards, very possibly slip backwards, and you can break one of the bones in your foot, which I can testify of. It happened to me. I broke a bone. It is extremely painful. Alright, so safety first. Hook your toes over the side, and then you put your knee on the ground. So put your knee on the ground. Okay, and what is important is you have to have your toes in the back like that. Most students will sit flat with their toes like that. That's not what we want, and there's a very good reason for that, and we will see that later. Another point you have to look at, make sure there's about 5 finger space in between the heel and in between the knee. Alright, then all we're going to do now is we're going to do a push and glide. So you want your elbows straight, and put your biceps in between your eye and your ear. Put your tummy or your chest on your knee. There we go. And all we're going to do now is we're going to assist Skylar to roll over her knee. So I just want you to see, just check this out. I can manipulate the movement, holding the knee and pushing her onto her knee. And just putting it over there, and then you can see, if I can see, okay, so let's give it a shot. Okay, Skylar, ready? On marks, chin down. 1, 2, 3. And it's a perfect block. Okay, so most students, when they dive, their goggles flip up, filled with water, and it goes down, and it's filled with water, they can't see squat. So how do we prevent this? Very, very, very easy. Just how I said, your bicep must be between your ear and your eye. So that part, that muscle there is going to squeeze down on the goggles. That's going to squeeze down on the goggles. And if you dive into the water like that, it will most probably keep your goggles on your face. Also with all the water washing over your arms, over your hands, over your arms, over the face, onto the body. If you do this, the water is going to wash over the goggles. Flip the goggles over and fill up with water, and then it's not going to work. It's a no-no. So, just so that you know, check this out. Okay, so what's going to happen if you dive keeping your chin up? Because that is another mistake most of the kids will do. Right, so let's see what happens. With your toes on your knee, down, 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 on your knee. Yeah, okay, chin up. This is the wrong way, chin up. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, go! She's making a bomb in my pool. You're going to fall on your tummy. Don't lift your knee, drop your chin. Keep it nice and straight. Last stage is how to stand and dive is actually easier than what you think. And again, we're going to use Skylar. So Skylar, please come closer. We're going to do exactly the same exercise. I want you to hook your toes over the side and stand on your knee. And remember earlier, on your knee, remember earlier I said that the student must not do this. Now here's the reason why. You must sit on your toes in the back. Okay? Okay, and then we're going to learn how to dive. Okay, arm straight, chin down. All I want you to do now is to lift your knee up and lift your bum. Oh my goodness, now she's very unstable. I know you can't see from there, but Skylar is actually very unstable. But why is she unstable? This is a crucial point. You have to make sure that space in between the heel and between the knee is very important, that there's enough space. So we're going to move this foot out a little bit. Now she's balancing better, much more stable. Let me see. Yep, now she's stable. Now it's going to be easier to stand. Okay, so keep your chin down, lift your knee, lift your bum, keep your chest on your knee. 1, 2, 3, down. And we just guide her into the pool. Pictures for my kids. Children and sometimes adults, they just work and they just understand better when you start drawing pictures. And that's why I have this mat. Okay, so if I draw a line straight that way, and you can use this when you go to school, or if you go to a public park where there's a swimming pool and you want to do your standing dive, is to space your feet in the right place. I'm going to show you how it works. Skylar, come closer please. So I just drew a line in the back because that is your midline. We're going to use it as your midline. And then I'm going to draw a block in the front. And Skylar, I want you to put your foot in that block. So then you have to measure 4 or 5 fingers in between that foot and this foot. So put that foot forward and right against my hand. There's your 5-finger measurement, and we can draw another line back. So all we're going to do now is Skylar is going to move her right foot back and next to the line, next to the line, and now stand on your knee. That is the correct measurement and a good measurement in between your front foot and your back foot. Put your knee on the ground. That's it. That's nice. You can move back a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to do the standing dive or the racing dive. Only thing we're going to add now is instead of Skylar keeping her arms straight in the pushing light position, she's going to do something else that I'm going to explain to you what. Okay, Skylar, hands on the side. So if you keep your arm fully extended, the height from the hand to the shoulder is almost the perfect height for a standing dive. Looks almost like athletics, but it's not athletics. Okay? So Skylar, lift your knee, lift your bum, and keep your hands there. Now, all Skylar has to do now, and I'm going to say on your marks, get set, go. All she has to do is to flick her arms in position and do a forward dive without doing that. Okay? Alright, put your hands on your side. That's going to keep her stable for long enough. Let's see how it goes. So Skylar, all you're going to do, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, flick your arms into position and do your dive. Keep your chin down. Skylar, on your marks, get set, go! Ta-da!